So with us coming up with a lot of new ideas and just all kinds of things, I figured it's time for me to try something that I've been meaning to do and just haven't yet. So yeah, we intended to have Jason animate these, but that's not gonna happen. So we'll just do it my way. Yeah, try to keep it kind of short. Intro won't be this long as the other ones. So no further ado, on with Stories with César 1. This particular one's more me and Tyler. We were in a driver's ed class together, and just some of the highlights from the medicated instructors, possible psychopaths, highly functional autistics, possibly marijuana dealer teachers, just kind of, yep, just kind of there, and, and everything in between. It was we just kind of described as the white hood. It's the only term we could give it. So, highlights from this had to be one day we were just kind of casually going through the class, and one kid stands up and starts ranting about Trump for no reason. None. Whole class against him. And professor included. And keep in mind, this is a college campus, just as class is going on, this kid's freaking out. And eventually the teacher pulls up this article and is yelling about this. And what he's yelling about is actually disproving his own point, as Trump supporters do. But, yeah, it was... I just kind of sat there, staying out of it, and I'll yell in a little thing now and then when it's necessary, just sitting back and I need some popcorn for this. It was something. Not sure what, but something. And so that cleared up, continued with the day. I mean, watched a little radio broadcast of a woman trying to get the deer crossing signs removed from a road and put them somewhere else so the deer could cross in school crossings. Because, the deer just go where we put those signs. I'm driving with these people. I live in a world where people like this are just there. Wow. Really disappointed in the human race. Anyways, so we get to the driving portion of the class. That's always the fun one. Now we'll take my side of it first, since Tyler and I are in separate cars, which means we have separate experiences with this, and mine's a little shorter. So we're going. I was driving first that day, and we were just getting ready to switch out. I had done my part, done everything they wanted me to do, so I'm going to turn and pull into the old unused fairgrounds parking lot. And I put the turn signal on a little early, started braking a little early, and there had been a cop following me for a while back, and a truck had just cut him off a while ago. I mean, it wasn't anything too bad. I mean, it wasn't really his fault. He pulled out, the cop was going too slow, couldn't see him, so that's fine. But as I slow down and turn, this guy with the truck lays on the horn. I mean, you could just hear him go, and within seconds, almost assuredly, because this was a car with driver's ed labels all over it, this cop flips on the sirens, pulls him over. I'm just sitting there thinking, I just got someone pulled over. Now, I highly doubt they give him a ticket, but if he got ticketed for that, the cop probably could, because he cut me off, so, or not me, him off, but could have. And there was a little 2-lane highway we're on. This wasn't me driving, another kid who wasn't paying attention and drove into the median. Not crashing, mind you, the median here was just kind of grass, but he's off like half the wheels off, and I'm off the road. Almost swerves back into the other lane. He evened it out, didn't do anything else other than that, but just overcorrecting much? No? Please? Don't. Another girl in my car, we were doing 3-point turns that day. She's turning around a hill. Goes to put it into reverse, just to reverse turn around. Shifts into neutral, floors the gas, starts revving the engine, rolling down this hill in neutral. Normally, I'd be rather terrified, but that was after a point I thought, oh, okay, these three can drive. This one kid who almost went off the road, he cannot. So the rest of them could probably save themselves. Not this one. And that's just about all I had for me. Now, Tyler, on the other hand, I mean, he was supposed to be in my car, but they switched him. And his instructor is rather talkative, which is strange, because you don't expect them to be talkative, more informative. Anyways, they're going along one day, and he walks out to get in his car, and the other instructor is talking with other people, and he hears, yeah, we should do a bowling tournament. Yeah. I could kick all your asses. I'm just, you know what? Fine. Sometimes they do this. And they come over, and you could tell immediately something was wrong just by the look on this lady's face. Sits in their car, and comes to tell them that she had a migraine the day before, so she's highly medicated and teaching people how to drive. Let me say that again. Highly medicated and teaching people how to drive. Because that's never a bad combination. She then proceeds to get out of the car and sit in someone else's car for about 5 minutes. Not another car in the parking lot, as strange as that would have been. At least there's a marginal, maybe it's her kid, maybe it's hers, I don't know. No, another driver's ed car. Sat down, just back seat, hanging out, doors open, feet hanging out the side, and just comes back. And this lady's also super ADHD. She'll be driving, oh yeah, take the next right, and squirrel! I saw a squirrel, where'd it go? Oh yeah, oh, you missed it, oh, it's a bird. Yeah, that kind of ADHD. And the medication just made it so much worse. Really. So, they're driving along, and obviously, the medication's kicking in. It wasn't Tyler driving yet, and another kid's driving, and he was a good navigator, knew his way around this place. So he goes, okay, so I'll be taking this roundabout, taking the right off up here. No, that right, you'll be going left. Okay. Comes up, turn left, turn. I can't. That's into the round. Oh, you're right. She's trying to make him turn into the roundabout, or just go completely off the beaten path. Which, okay, you're medicated. I'll give you a pass there, because obviously you had a migraine. That those can affect people in different ways. So okay, you can have a pass this time. And we keep going with this. And eventually Tyler's up to drive, and she starts talking. He's not really listening. Then all of a sudden he hears, sometimes I really like to go and watch children's pee-wee hockey games, just get to know the kids. And immediately, a red flag goes off, and everybody's mind is in that car. And she starts talking about how she likes to go to pee-wee baseball games, and learn kids' names, and just buy mass quantities of different colored t-shirts, and just put them on and walk up to different teams. Katie! Because apparently many people are named Katie, to see how many kids you can get running with one name. I'm like, of all the topics you can keep going on while medicated, following pee-wee baseball kids isn't one of them. It's not. But they just kind of let it happen, because when you've got a medicated driving instructor talking about following around kids playing baseball, kind of makes you worry what would happen if you pointed out what they're doing. So there's that. I'm sure we'll have more with this, because we're not even halfway through this course yet. Yeah. So that's this week's. We'll try to have one next week. But the next episode, I already got something in mind. One of our teachers, I'm not going to get into the name or explanation for this one a lot yet, but join us next time on Stories with César for the life and current times of Daddy Grant. Do with that as you will.